Going to 2024, if your goal is to start hitting the gym, you want to get a little bit bigger, you want to build out the muscles, you want to fill out those shirts, you want to look yoked, but you don't know where to start. You don't know if you should be working out 3 days per week, 4 days per week, 5 days per week. You don't know what you should be doing on each day, how many days should be resting. Lucky for you, that's what this video is for. You're going to figure out what this Morse code means, what all these letters represent, and how it could apply to finding the right workout program for you. What's up everyone, David here, got a new video for y'all today, but before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new videos. Remember, new videos every week. So with the new year approaching, many of you are gonna be having a New Year's resolution of wanting to start working out. You're gonna start hitting the gym, you wanna start building muscle, you wanna get bigger, you wanna get yoked, you wanna fill out the sleeves of your shirt, you wanna make that chest bigger, you wanna look wider. But you don't know where to start. You don't know which workout program is appropriate for you. You don't know if you should work out 3 days a week. You don't know if you should work out 4 days a week. You don't know on which day you should be hitting quads. Should you be hitting it twice a week? Should you be hitting chest with back? Should you be doing chest by yourself? There's just so many different variations, so many different options of different routines, different splits that you can do, so many exercises you can do within the split, so many different exercises that you can do for each individual muscle group, but you don't know how to piece it all together. Lucky for you, this is what this is for. Right here. We got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All 7 days of the week, we're gonna be going over possible workout programs that you can do that you feel are best for you. And we're gonna start off from, let's just say the beginner level to intermediate to more or less along the lines of an advanced lifter. So first and foremost, if you are a beginner, I would highly recommend possibly starting with full body workouts. So every time I'm gonna be writing a number or a letter up here, I'm gonna be using just the letter. So every time I write the letter A, on any of these days, that means you're gonna be doing a full body workout. Every time I write the letter R, that means that you are gonna be doing or having a rest day. So first things first, let's just say you're a beginner. You also gotta take time into account. What happens if you could only work out 1 time per week? Okay, well that makes it pretty easy. Let's just say you can only work out on Wednesday. That should go to show that every other day will most likely be a rest day. Now, when you're working out once per week, you want to make sure you hit every major muscle group, hence the purpose of a full body workout. And when you're working out only once per week, realistically, you can have it any other day of the week. It doesn't have to be a Wednesday, it could be a Thursday, it could be a Monday, it could be a Sunday, doesn't matter. As long as you're hitting it at least once, because remember, at the end of the day, something is better than nothing. But let's just say you have the availability of doing 2 days per week, but you're still sticking with the full body workout because again, you are still a beginner. Okay, here's one thing that's really important. You can work out 2 times per week. You can work out the same muscle group 2 times per week, but how often? Back to back, 1 day of rest in between, 2 days of rest in between, that's when we start getting a little bit more detail. So let's just say you do your first full body workout, we use a different color to make it look like a different week, on Monday, okay? Letter A, again, means full body workout. Are you gonna be doing that same full body workout on Tuesday? The answer is no. Anytime you're gonna be working out one muscle group, doesn't matter which one. Let's just say in the full body workout, you do quads, chest, and back. You do not want to work the same muscle groups 2 days in a row. So you always want to include at least 1 day of rest. You always want to have 1 day of rest between when you hit the muscle group the first time versus the second time. So right here in this workout program, still assuming you're going to be working out twice per week, we got Monday and Wednesday. Doesn't always have to be Monday and Wednesday. Let's just say you want to do Monday, 2 days of rest, Tuesdays and Wednesdays you're resting, and then you want to hit it again on Thursday. It doesn't matter. Space them out however much you want, as long as there are at least 1 day of rest between workout 1 and workout 2. If you're doing the same muscle groups, as long as there's that 1 day of rest between minimum, then fine. When you are a beginner though, you may need more days, especially if you're new. You might feel a little bit more soreness and you're used to it. It might take your body a little bit longer to get used to it. That's perfectly fine. Now, that covers 2 days per week. What happens if now you start getting a little bit more into it and you start wanting to work out 3 times per week, but you're still doing the full body workouts? Well, most likely you're gonna follow something along the lines of this pattern. you're gonna be working out Monday, resting Tuesday, because again, you want that day of rest in between, working out Wednesday, again, another day of rest in between, and then Friday will be your last working day, day 3. So you see, you're working out Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. You have that one day in between of rest for each major muscle group, except for Saturday and Sunday, you have both days off. Now, you can do this, or you can do this, where you start off Monday as the rest day, and pretty much you invert it. So instead of it being Monday, Wednesday, Friday that you're working out, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday that you're working out, which is perfectly fine. Again, you're still hitting the 3 full body workouts per week, and you still got that rest day in between each one, which is perfectly fine. So these are just sample workouts or ways you can split up a full body workout, whether you want to work out 1 time per week, 2 times per week, or 3 times per week. Now, what happens as we start going more than 3 times per week? Maybe you start seeing a little bit more progress. Maybe you start seeing some muscle groups getting more defined than the others. Maybe you see you're having some muscle groups that are lacking a little bit behind. So now instead of doing full body workouts each time you go into the gym, either you want to increase the frequency and you want to start splitting up the muscle groups a little bit more. Maybe you want to continue on with 3 days, maybe you want to go on to 4 days, 5 days, maybe even up to 6 days, but you don't want to keep doing full body workouts. Maybe you want to start splitting up a little bit more. Now we start hitting a little bit more of the beginner / intermediate realm. At this point, you've probably hit a couple months in the gym, you're starting to see progress, you want to bump it up. Either continue on with 3 days per week, but you want to split up the workouts a little bit differently than just doing full body each time, or you just want to add more days on top of that. But I will like to point out this, there is nothing wrong with adding more days throughout the week that you want to work out, so long as you're getting enough rest to go along with it. Remember, more isn't always better. The more workouts you do, the more exercise you do, the more stress you're putting your body through, it doesn't always mean it's the best results. If you're not resting enough, sleeping enough, eating enough calories, fueling your body, if all those things are not taken into account, then ultimately in the end, you're just gonna be overtraining, you're gonna burn yourself out. But with that being said, let's look at here. Now we're gonna be looking at either 3 days per week, 4 days per week, 5 days per week, or 6 days per week for the workouts. R will still remain as the rest day. So anytime you see a day on here with the letter R, that obviously means, you're gonna be resting. A now means an upper body workout, B means a lower body workout, and C equals full body. Again, so this is geared more specifically towards roughly 3 to 4 days. This is the way I would have it, especially if you're still in that beginner level, kind of making your way over to an intermediate level. So first things first, how are we gonna split it up with 3 days per week? We can do it like this. Monday, you have your upper body workout. Tuesday, we'll just go ahead and say we'll rest. Wednesday, you're gonna hit workout B, which is your lower body workout. Thursday, rest. And then Friday, we'll go ahead and hit C, which is the full body workout. And then rest, rest. So this is one way you can do it. You're still working out every other day, hitting 3 workouts per week. Upper body, lower body, full body, rest. You can do that, or you can just flip it around the way we did last time, where you start off Monday as the rest day, and then everything just got pushed back 1 day. So now your working days, your workout days I should say, are Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That's perfectly fine. You still got that rest day in between. But let's just say you really don't want to hit that full body workout, but you want to still work out 3 times per week. Well, I already hit upper body, I already hit lower body, so what are we gonna do? At that point, you can start staggering the weeks. This is what I mean by that. So let's just say on this new week, boom, you hit upper body on Monday, you hit lower body on Wednesday. Friday, what do? If you're only working out 3 days per week, you already hit both things. Which one are you gonna do again? You're like, I don't wanna hit upper body again, I already hit that. I don't wanna hit legs again, I already trained it earlier. No, you're gonna have to pick one. So let's just say we're gonna go and repeat workout A. You can do this, but you may be wondering, well, the legs are lacking behind because I only worked them out once, but on the upper body, I worked it out twice. That's perfectly fine because the following week, we're gonna be switching it. The following week, you're gonna start off with lower body. The second day, you're gonna be doing upper, and then the third day, you're gonna be doing the lower body again. So you see, you can do it again. A, B, A 1 week, and then the following week, B, A, B. So at the end of those 2 weeks, you're still hitting 3 workouts for lower body, 3 workouts for upper body. Again, assuming maybe in this situation you do not want to continue doing workout C, which is the full body one. But now, what if you want to start hitting 4 days per week? For 4 days per week, we'll still hit the same workouts. An upper body workout, lower body workout, and a full body workout. Rest day will remain the same, and we'll just intermix all the possible combinations we can make for, again, 4 days out of the week. So first scenario, we'll go ahead and hit it with this. A, B, A, B. Rest, rest, rest. So as you can see right here, now we're starting to hit workouts back to back, but they're not the same muscle groups. Again, before we had 1 day of rest in between every workout. Now we're working out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 4 days in a row. You can do that because, again, think about it. You still have that 1 day of rest in between muscle groups. You have 1 day of rest between you do your A workout, which is upper body, and you have 1 day of rest between your B workouts, which are your lower body workouts. So that is perfectly fine. You can do that. Now, if you want to bring in the full body workouts again, for whatever reason, and at this point, you can do, let's just say A, B. You hit upper body on Monday, lower body on Tuesday, have a rest in between. Boom, C, a full body workout. Friday you rest, and then Saturday we'll go ahead and hit it again with another full body workout. So you see, these 2 days can go back to back because you're not working the same muscle groups at a time. You're doing upper body, lower body. However, from workout B to C, you do need 1 day of rest because you did lower body here. On a full body workout, you're mostly going to be doing lower body again. And again, a rest day in between because they're the same ones, and then a rest day between this one and this one, between Saturday and Monday. Sunday, you're going to be resting. So fill in those gaps. Boom. So you see, these are a lot of different combinations that you can do. As long as you're resting 1 day of in between each muscle group, that's perfectly fine. But let's just say you're working out 4 times per week, which you currently are doing right here. But even then, you want to go a little bit more in depth. Maybe you completely already did away with the full body workouts, and now you're constantly just focusing on upper body and lower body. But you notice in your upper body, maybe, I don't know, your back starts getting a little bit more developed than your chest. So maybe you need an extra day to really build up your chest, or maybe your, triceps or your delts are lacking. So you need to dedicate a day for just delts or just your pushing muscles because you know that's what's lacking on you. How do we split it up even more? We can continue on with the 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and 6 days. And at this point, now when we start really thinking about splitting it up more precisely, we start thinking about, as being a bodybuilder for hypertrophy standards. For the general population, they're just gonna be doing full body workouts for general health. But if you actually have the goal of aesthetics, building the muscle, most likely you're gonna be splitting it up like a bodybuilder would, because you want to address certain muscle groups in certain angles, certain exercises, and certain frequencies throughout the week. So how do we go from that? We said beginner intermediates are gonna be working out roughly up to 3 days, 4 days per week. However, we can still use those same 3 to 4 workouts, but just repeat it more often. If you start getting a little bit more of the intermediate to advanced level, we just gotta be real picky about what specifically we do in each day and how often we're training each muscle group. Look at what we got here. We got more workouts. Granted, that comes with being now an intermediate to advanced lifter. The more advanced you are, the further you are in your lifting journey, wanting to build muscle, the more you realize you're gonna have to get a little bit more specific with how you split up each workout, because you start seeing which body points are strong points and which ones need to be brought up a little bit more. So let's break it down. R will remain as rest day. I mean, that should be a given. Rest starts with the letter R, hence why we're doing R. A is now going to be a push workout. You can think of push as chest, delts, triceps. B is pull workout. Think of it as your back and your biceps. C is your leg workout. That should be obvious, everything from the waist down. D is just gonna be a generalized upper body workout. So think of it as your push and pull, A and B combined. So chest, back, delts, biceps, triceps, just everything from the waist up. E is gonna be lower body. So again, essentially the same thing as, your legs. F is gonna be a full body workout. Everything, let's just say you did a workout consisting of squats, deadlifts, bench press, bent over rows, things like that. And then G is gonna be your core, so this mid region slash cardio. Because typically people like to pair those two up. I don't know why, but if you want to do core on its own day, that's fine. Do whatever you want. So we're starting to get a little bit more advanced, but we only have 4 days to work out, but we want to be specific with what we do on each day. Here's what we're gonna do. If you're gonna be doing a 4-day workout plan, here's what we got. We got A, B, C, F. That right there. Push, pull, legs, a day of rest, and then full body. Again, and you can mix these up any combination you want throughout the 4 days. Just make sure there's a day of rest before and after that full body workout. Because again, you do not want to hit the same muscle group 2 days in a row. Now, let's just say you want to continue on with the 4 days, but you don't like the push-pull leg scheme. Well, we can go back to what we said originally, lower body, upper body. So just AB, AB. By all means, do you. Is this what you want? Go for it. You can make any combination you want. I personally would like to hit at least twice per week every major muscle group. So that's why I included the F, the full body workout. Everything needs to be hit at least twice. If you want to hit it once, by all means do so. It's you find out what works best for you, but I always believe everything should be addressed at least twice per week. If you want to do it 3 times per week, that's fine. But have you noticed, I hope so, everything's been doing twice. That's what we're aiming for. So that pretty much covers 4 days per week. But what happens if we want to do 5 days per week? Now we got an odd number. Something's gonna be left out? Not necessarily. For 5 days, we can still use this scheme. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be doing push, pull, legs, day of rest, which is crucial. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit it with the upper body workout, which was D. And then we're gonna hit it with the lower body workout, which was E. Again, you look at the letters, see what workout they correspond to. Tell me there's 2 days of the same muscle group being worked out in a row. There isn't. Push, pull, legs, rest, lower body, upper body. Simple. Now, if you want to go a little bit more in depth or just want more variety, here's what we can do. You can go ahead and hit it, continue on with the push, pull, legs. But let's just say you have your upper body is lacking more than your lower body, okay? You can either repeat any of these. So in this case, we said the upper body. So you're gonna repeat the push and the pull. So that's gonna be another A and another B. But at that point, you start getting into, oh man, I don't know. Well, you said you hit everything twice per week. What about the legs? Well, that's when we can start thinking about going into what gets done in each workout. We said that the B right here is gonna be a pull workout. Throw in some deadlifts in there. Hex bar deadlifts. It's a pulling motion, is it not? And it very much mimics the same muscle groups that you're gonna be using when you're squat. So you see, we're still hitting those muscle groups there. Throw in a couple of hamstring curls, a couple of RDLs, those are pulling motions. Pull doesn't always necessarily have to mean it's back. Majority of the time, it will be back and biceps. But if you wanna throw a couple of lower body exercises in there, by all means, do so. So again, we're gonna get to it in a bit. The type of exercises you do in each workout are also gonna matter. But this is just the layout of what you can do per workout. Lastly, we got 6 days per workout. Now at this point, you are consistent in the gym. If you can make it 6 days to the gym, bravo, good for you. I wish I could, but I don't. But I make the best out of the days that I do show up. So here's what we got. If we're gonna be doing 6 days, what can we do? There's so many options here. Let's just focus at the first 3. Push, pull, legs. We can just stick to those 3 workouts. We don't need to be adding any more. So here's what we got. Boom. 6 days, ABC, ABC. Push, pull, legs, push, pull, legs. There are not 2 days where you're working the same muscle group back to back. So we're good. We're safe there. Now, if you want to mess around and switch the rest day to in between, let's just say right here, we'll go A, B, C. This day is the rest day. And we'll go again right here, A, B, C. That is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But let's just say you want to move away from doing the same workout twice a week. Okay, what are you going to do in this case? We start bringing in the upper body, lower body workouts. So let's just say we're going to continue on with A, B, C, but now we got upper body. So we got D, E, and now we need that 6th day. We already hit everything twice per week, because remember, this is a generalized upper body workout, so it's A and B combined. It's upper body pull and upper body push combined. We already hit the legs again. C and E are both lower body leg workouts. What do we do here? We can start bringing in one of these last two, but you got to keep in mind, it can't be this one because it's full body. You just did legs here. This one's going to include legs. So let's bring in a little bit of core work in there. And again, these workouts can be split up to whatever you want. It doesn't always necessarily mean that A equals push, B equals pull, C equals legs. No. Find out what your workout splits are and you put them on your calendar to find out what will work best for you. This is just an example so you can understand how to place different workouts on different days throughout the week, working all the way from a beginner level to an advanced lifter, working from 1 day per week all the way up to 6 days of being able to work out. There are so many different combinations you can do. Just find what works best for you. Ultimately, there's so many different things that go into determining how many days throughout the week that you can work out. Let's just say you can only work out 3 days per week because you only get off early from work 3 days per week, so that allows you to have a little bit extra time to go to the gym. Let's just say you can only work out 4 days per week because you're a college student and you're only on campus and you use the gym on campus 4 days per week. Let's just say you can only work out twice per week because you got other responsibilities and other things you got to take care of throughout the day than just being in the gym every day, because gym is not always life. Maybe you just don't have a life because all you do is gym. So this right here is just a layout of possible workout schemes that you can do. Mess around with this. Find out what works best for you. Start off slow, make your way up. Remember, when you start becoming a beginner, you're gonna work out 1 to 3 days per week. Start getting your body used to it. You're gonna be starting off with full body workouts. As you start approaching the intermediate level, you might start seeing that certain muscle groups are lacking more than the other. You might get tired of doing the same full body workouts all the time. So that's when you start splitting it up a little bit more. Now you start approaching roughly 3 to 4 days of working out, and that's when you start moving a little bit more towards specific splits, upper body, lower body, still occasionally throwing in the full body workout. As you start going from intermediate to advanced, now you really are dialing in what exercises work best for you, what muscle groups are your strengths, and which ones are your weak points that you got to bring up. So at that point, you can start going all the way up to 6 workouts per day, or not per day, per week, and you can start seeing all the different combinations of how you can mess around with programming each day. Ultimately, key points though is always have at least 1 day of rest in between each muscle group that you train. So you don't want to be hitting chest 2 days in a row. You can hit it 2 times per week, but make sure there's a rest day in between. You got to give yourself enough time to rest. And speaking of rest, that moves perfectly into our second and probably a very important key point is more does not always mean better. We worked all the way from 1 day per week to 6 days per week of working out, but more it does not mean better. If you stop seeing progress and you feel it's because you're not training as often as you could, maybe you're working out 3 days per week, but you're not seeing as much results as you feel you used to be seeing, you're not progressing as much, maybe right there it will be appropriate to work out now 4 days per week, more 5 days per week, start adding in more days, more frequency. But along with that, you want to make sure you're resting enough. More is not always better. You can keep pushing, but if you're not recovering enough, you're not getting enough sleep, you're not getting the appropriate amount of rest days in between each muscle group, you're not eating enough calories, you're not dialing in the nutrition, ultimately at the end, you're gonna be burning yourself out. The way I like to look at it is like you're driving a car. You can drive it for hours on end, but if you don't occasionally stop for gas, eventually you're gonna get nowhere. You gotta stop to refuel, you gotta rest. I know many of you are gonna be beginners going into the gym 2024, that's your New Year's resolution. Many of you want to get in shape, you want to get bigger, you want to build muscle, you want to fill out your clothes, you want to feel more confident in the way you appear, but you don't know where to start. I hope this video will help out, but ultimately at the end of the day, just get started. Something is better than nothing. The fact that you're even going to the gym in the first place, that's already progress going forward. Just stay consistent with it. Find what works best for you. Mess around with it. Don't do what other people are doing just because you believe it'll work for you. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different. Just mess around with it. Experiment a little. It might take some time to figure out what is best for you. Hopefully this video was helpful for all of you. Comment down below if it was. Comment down below what is your workout split and any tips you may have for any beginners trying to figure out what is the best routine for them. Also comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diet, workout programs like this, whatever it is, especially going into the new year. If that is your goal, to get fit, hit the gym, you got any questions or clarifications, if you need help getting guided down the right road in this fitness journey, please comment down below. I'll be more than happy to make that video for y'all. Also make sure to subscribe not just to my channel, but my girlfriend's channel and our couple's channel, so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, we got new videos every week across the board for all 3 channels. And then for Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Make sure you follow me on my accounts, girlfriends, couples. I put all the links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.